It was 1 a.m. when my phone buzzed, and the screen lit up with a message that shattered the quiet of my night. "Don't wait for me tonight." My heart stopped. There was a cold weight behind those words, a strange hesitation that made my stomach churn and my hands tremble. I stared at the message, unable to move, unable to think, feeling like the ground had been ripped from under me, because deep down I knew those words weren't casual. They carried secrets, shadows, a betrayal lurking in the dark. Without thinking, I sent her a picture, the one of us laughing in the rain months ago, carefree, untouched by lies, a memory of love so vivid it hurt to recall. As the image went through, the 3 little dots of typing appeared on her screen, and I could feel her hesitation through the digital pulse of the message. Minutes stretched like hours, my mind racing through every lie, every suspicious glance, every hidden excuse she had ever given me, and in that silent waiting, the walls of our life together began to crack. Then came her reply, a fragment of words, trembling and hesitant. How did you?" That was the first fracture, the first sign that the perfect mask she wore was slipping, revealing cracks I had only begun to suspect. My heart pounded as I recalled the small details I had brushed off, the secretive phone calls at night, the sudden errands, the tiny inconsistencies in her stories, the way she smiled a little too nervously when I asked simple questions, the warmth in her voice that sometimes faltered. And now, in this quiet, dark hour, all of it was converging into a horrifying clarity. I began to piece things together, silently, methodically, like a detective unraveling a case, and the reality hit me like a thunderbolt. The woman I loved, the woman I trusted, had been hiding a world I never knew existed. I dug deeper, looking into messages, social media, subtle clues she thought I wouldn't notice, every little lie blossoming into a web of deceit, and then I found it. The photographs, the locations, the texts to names I didn't recognize, the intimate little exchanges that screamed betrayal louder than any scream ever could. My hand shook violently as I scrolled through, each revelation slicing through me, leaving a hollow ache in my chest, a cold fire of heartbreak and rage. The air in the room felt thick, oppressive, and I couldn't breathe as the realization set in that everything she had told me, every promise she had made, had been a lie. I called her, the ringtone echoing like a cruel countdown, and when she answered, her voice was unervingly soft, careful, almost rehearsed. "Why are you calling now?" she asked, but the tremor I had already sensed through her words now screamed at me. Fear, guilt, panic. I asked her directly, almost whispering, "Why did you text me not to wait?" There was silence, long and suffocating, and then the confession began. Not full, but enough to make my chest tighten and my knees weaken. She spoke of meetings, of encounters, of lies layered upon lies, the faint tremor of her words cutting through me sharper than any physical wound. I felt the air leave me, my mind struggling to grasp the enormity of her betrayal, the sheer scale of the truth that had been hidden behind her gentle smiles and loving words. I hung up, not because I wanted to, but because I couldn't bear another second of her voice, not when every word carried the weight of the lies she had buried so carefully. I sank to the floor, my phone still clutched in my hand, staring blankly at the dim light, the images of our life together. Smiles, laughter, intimate nights, now poisoned by the knowledge that it had all been built on deception. Hours, or maybe minutes, passed, time became meaningless, every second stretching into eternity, and I realized that nothing would ever be the same. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't even think straight. The betrayal had lodged itself in my chest, a constant thudding reminder that the woman who had held my heart so gently, so tenderly, had also been capable of the deepest, cruelest deception. Then, a new message arrived. "I can explain everything tomorrow." But there was no relief, no comfort, only the bitter realization that the truth she had hidden from me had irreversibly altered everything. And in that moment, clarity emerged from the chaos. I had to act, to reclaim my life, to confront the devastation of my heart, but also to rise from it. I sent her one final picture, a simple one, yet heavy with meaning. My empty hands, open and facing the camera, the faint gleam of my wedding ring catching the dim light, a silent, wordless declaration that the world she had hidden behind her lies was now laid bare, and I would not wait. I would not forgive the deception that had nearly destroyed me. Her reply came immediately, a single line, "Please, don't do this." But it was already too late. I stepped outside, the cold night air biting my face, letting it mix with the ache in my chest, letting the loneliness consume me, every step away from her apartment a mixture of grief and liberation. In the hours that followed, I reflected on every moment, every laugh, every whispered word, every secret she had buried, realizing that the pain, though excruciating, was also freeing, because now I could see clearly. Now I could feel with raw intensity. Now I could understand that sometimes the darkest betrayals illuminate the truth about who we are and what we deserve. I deleted her number, erased every message, every trace of the life we had shared, and locked away the memories of her smile in a place I would never revisit, a silent acknowledgement that heartbreak, though unbearable, could not define me. The lessons of that night, the moment she texted, "Don't wait for me tonight," would linger forever, a cruel, beautiful reminder of love, loss, and the power of truth to shatter illusions. And as I walked into the darkness of the night, alone, I felt a strange, painful liberation. The heartbreak had carved a path for a new beginning, one where lies could no longer touch me, one where my heart, though scarred, could still beat with clarity, strength, and the knowledge that no betrayal, however deep, could ever cage the truth I had finally uncovered, and no shadow of her deceit could stop me from reclaiming the life that was always meant to be mine.